And a very good evening to you. I am Griffin Epstein.
I'm Colton Moss.
And we are here live from the Petaluma High School gym as your Petaluma Varsity Girls Basketball team, now SCL champions, takes on second place Sonoma Valley on senior night. A lot of excitement in this packed gym.
Definitely, yeah. Very packed gym here, yeah.
And this team is already SCL champions. They are 10-0 in league. They have accomplished so much.
Yeah.
They have been a talk of campus, haven't they?
Definitely, yeah. Talk more than the boys team right now. Our boys team is not performing as well right now.
So Sonoma, though, comes in playing very well. They are 8-3 on the season. Even though they cannot win SCL, they are in second place. Right. So they really are going to give a very good challenge to the Trojans tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Tough opponent for our Trojans tonight. Yeah, I agree.
Sonoma 12-11 overall in league, and they had some struggles. They're a really young team, as you can see, defending. They won SCL last year. Now they only have one senior, only
two seniors.
Two seniors.
Two seniors, few juniors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like they've really found they're playing well. They beat Annalee last week 38-33, which was a big win. They did lose to Healdsburg, but they lost to Annalee earlier. When the Trojans played them in Sonoma, it was a tight game throughout. Really low scoring there. Trojans pulled away in the fourth for a 40-30 victory.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And the first time that Sonoma played Healdsburg, they did win in overtime. So they've split with both Healdsburg and Annalee. They're looking for the split against the Trojans. This would be a huge victory. If they win tonight, they'd almost certainly clinch a second-place spot in the SCL tournament next week.
Yeah. If the Trojans win this one, it'll give them a lot of confidence for the upcoming playoffs.
Oh, we do have to give a shout-out very quickly to Madeline Lynch, who's tuning in right now.
She is.
All the way from New Jersey.
Is she really?
She's shouting you out, actually.
Madeline.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Anyways, it is also senior night here, which is extremely important, and we have three very influential seniors on the Trojan team. Yeah.
3 starters for the Trojans. All 3 of them are seniors. They're doing great this year, aren't they?
Nicole Costa, the captain, I think especially her, she has meant so much to this Petaluma High Varsity Girls basketball program, hasn't she?
As the leading scorer?
Not this year, actually.
Oh,
but she's really, I think, shown the marks of a captain. By last year, she was the leading scorer, 7 points per game. She's gone down to 5 points per game this season, but she's adjusted to that role. She shares the ball more. She's gotten really smart, and she's that leader on the court. Also, probably the best defensive player on the Trojans.
Yeah, with a lot of 1.9 steals per game. That's pretty impressive.
And Kelsey Martin, well, everyone is always going to remember her for that victory against Annalee when they won. She put 24 points up against the Tigers that really asserted themselves as the team to beat in SCL.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that, yeah.
So we are just moments away from the senior ceremony. The Trojans will celebrate their 3 seniors. Kelsey Martin, 24 points in the Trojans' victory against Annalee, 60-52. And now they are coming off another victory over Annalee that clinched them the SCL title. This full game is on our YouTube channel. That was a 47-43 victory over the Tigers. They have been very impressive against Annalee. They beat Sonoma 40-30. They swept against Healdsburg, who's currently sitting in 3rd place as well. Annalee, a game and a half back at 4th. And the 3rd senior, Courtney Temple, also a starter and such a big impact on this team as well.
Passing, great passer, has a great vision of the court. Yeah, looks like we're about to start our senior night. What would it be called? Senior night,
Senior night, yeah.
Senior, what are they?
And let's listen in to PA announcer Michael Barabal. A lot of students and parents and parents for this huge night. Here is PA announcer Michael Barabal.
First, we'd like to mention the seniors from the Sonoma Valley Dragons. Number 14, Cindy Gover. And number 24, Alyssa Schiff. And now let's meet your Petaluma T-Girls class of 2018. advice for future T-girls is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Work hard and enjoy it. Our third and final senior is number 24, Kelsey Martin. She is accompanied by her parents, John and Natalie. Kelsey began playing basketball in the 3rd grade. She has spent 3 years on the PHS Varsity basketball team. Her heroes are Kevin Durant, Michelle Obama, and Ron Swanson. Her favorite movie is The Longest Yard. Her plans after graduation are to attend or to plan and major in animal science and go into research. Her favorite basketball memory is that one time I somehow passed the ball between Courtney's legs during warm-ups. Everyone was shocked, especially me.
Yeah, they could shut everything down. I don't know. Because I think they'll have a little bit. Probably shut it down. Oh, now it's getting it perfect. All right, should be able to hear us. Apologies if we went offline and then online. There's been something funny with the Wi-Fi here in the gym of late, but whatever you did see, that was a great senior ceremony. Yeah. And it hopefully will have smooth sailing the rest of the night, but we could have buffering, could go offline briefly. If any of that does happen, stick right with us. We will resolve those problems. Players will warm up for a couple more minutes, and then we will have tip-off. Yeah. And obviously hard on tonight, like especially for the seniors, a lot of emotion here in this game tonight. How do you deal with that?
I think you just have to focus on the game, know that you've had a great career as a Trojan, and just know you're gonna come out with a bang on your special night as a senior. Keep talking. All right, well, Trojans are, Griffin is leaving, I don't know what to talk about. So the rest of the league is shaping out as Petaluma as the #1 seed right now. And then Sonoma Valley and Healdsburg as a close race for 2nd place. And if Sonoma can beat Healdsburg again, or if they can just keep winning, then they could clinch 2nd place against Annalee or against Healdsburg.
Yeah, so not just is this important, Colton, for wanting to get that undefeated SCL title, and the Trojans will finish up their season on Thursday night at Pioneer, which is not a given, because when Pioneer came in here, that was actually the closest game of the Trojans regular season. Really? They won 43-42. Pioneer almost completed their comeback. They got on fire, so their 4-6 record does not completely indicate
their performance as a team.
They can give the Trojans trouble. The Trojans should not sleep in that game. But certainly if the Trojans can win this, win that, undefeated SCL, they've already clinched that #1 seed in the SCL tournament. So next Tuesday we will be live again.
Home court advantage for the Trojans.
Yeah, so they'll be in the semifinal of the SCL tournament. If they can win all of that, their really big goal to get a home game in the NCS playoffs. And it feels like if they win these final 4 games, undefeated SCL champion, SCL tournament champion, how could you possibly not give them home court in NCS?
Yeah, that makes sense. They just need to keep working hard just so they can get a good seed in for NCS.
And they do have a little bit of work to do right now. Matt Prep projects them at 13, and they did have a couple tough losses early in the season to Costa, Novato, and Colfax as well, along with Rancho. So, but now you have 10-2 in your last 18, 11 straight, trying to go on 12 tonight. This team has improved so much.
Yeah, definitely. I'm guessing that Coach John Ratchin, right?
Yeah.
He's been a big help for these Trojans in practice, helping them just become better players and develop more. So they can. So that's why they've been able to go on this.
And it's such a turnaround, and I think this feels like really the manifestation of everything. This is by far the most packed I've seen the gym tonight. The stands are completely full on both sides, including a very large number of students, by far the most I've seen come out for a game.
Yes, the whole left side of the gym seems to be filled with students for this game.
This should be exciting. Let's listen in to Michael Barabalt for the starting lineups.
First, let's see. Starters A junior, number 11, Annika Ginter. A senior, number 14, Sydney Van Gober. A sophomore, number 14, or excuse me, number 20, Kennedy Mitchley. A junior, number 21, Annie Niels. And the senior, number 24, Alyssa Shim. Sonoma is coached by Jaden Thorpe, assisted by Mike Minigan and Mark Birmingham. Now let's meet the starters for your 2018 SCL champion, Petaluma Trojans. A junior, number 10, Kylie Pate. A junior, number 44, Jaden Chris. A senior, number 11, Nicole Costa. A senior, number 21, Courtney Temple. And a senior, number 20, Kelsey Martin. The Trojans are coached by John Gretchen, assisted by Zoe Lynn and Gretchen Hoffman.
Well, a lot of excitement in this gym for this one. Yeah. 3 seniors, and now the national anthem before we have tip-off between the top 2 teams in SCL. Should be an absolute classic. Appreciate that you're joining us here on Trojan Live from the PHS Gym. Let's listen in to the national anthem. And we are just about ready for tip-off. If you're just joining us, the Trojans are SCL champions after the victory on Saturday, 10-0, 19-5 overall, while Sonoma sitting in second place at 8-3. A win for them tonight would clinch second place in a home game for them in the SCL tournament next week. Trojans trying to go for their 12th straight victory. A lot of pressure. They've probably not played in a big a moment as this with all these fans.
Yeah, definitely. There's gym's packed tonight. They're going to be feeling it. They're going to be feeling the fans. They're going to be able to feel the pressure. Let's hope they can, our Trojans can overcome.
Sonoma very confident as well, coming in on a 2-game winning streak, including an impressive victory over Annalee in non-conference, victories over Maria Carrillo. Beat Piner both times, lost to Casa Grande and Novato, some of the highlights and lowlights of their season. They're 12-11 overall. They won SCL last year. Trojans are SCL champions this year. Chris wins the tip, and the senior Temple's got it. Temple's jumper off the mark. The senior trying to get going on her senior night. Trojans honoring their 3 seniors here tonight.
Martin's on defense. Here we go.
Sonoma very young, as we mentioned in the open, only 2 seniors. They lost a lot from their SCL champion team last year, and just 3 juniors, a very young team, but they have really started to develop, and they're definitely improved since when the Trojans beat them 40-30 in the Dragons' Den. Shot off the mark from Lucetti, only a freshman out there starting, and Costa passes it to another senior, Kelsey Martin. Cheerleaders here as well, cheering on the team.
Yeah.
Pate gets it to Martin.
Yeah, Martin has the ball. Looks for Chris in the post, tipped away.
They double team Chris. Courtney Temple coming in. Chris trying to battle for it. And a jump ball, and the Trojans are very good at doing that, even though the arrow will point towards them. They have a really good physicality, but they also crash the board so well.
Yeah, they do. They definitely, all 5 white jerseys are in the paint looking to get a rebound.
Trojans averaging 8 offensive rebounds per game, and especially with their size, and they certainly have the size as Chris takes it away from Lucetti, or I'm sorry, that was Ginter. And that really helps with a lot of offensive rebounds, second chances. Chris has a lot of size as well. Temple certainly feeling it on her senior night. Funny bounce, and it goes to Martin. Temple not much of a shooter. She's only averaging a point per game, but already 3 shots taken by her. No score early. Costa from downtown can't hit. Another senior, the captain this year, was also a leader last year. She has been so vital to this team. Sonoma will get going. Strike first blood. The three-pointer by Cindy Gobber, one of the seniors here, is probably feeling all right about this moment.
Yeah, she's probably really excited. First shot of the day, first make.
Pate calling for a screen, instead she gives it off to Temple. Jane and Chris leads the Trojans in scoring, 9.8 points per game. Costa's able to save it. Trojan offense looks a little bit out of sorts here early, which still has been an issue all season long. A ticky-tack foul called on Annie Nellis.
All right. Yeah,
Trojan offense doesn't need to get going here, and that has
definitely
been their one kryptonite this year, that they have at points gone into some offensive slumps.
Yeah, first quarter seems to be a little slow for them.
They're
passing around.
Trojans started very slowly Saturday against Annalee. We're down by 1 at the end of the first quarter, but that second quarter, one of the best I've seen them play all season long. Costa's off the mark, and Sonoma Falls fights for a hard-fought offensive rebound, and then Costa, who you could tell is feeling the energy almost with the steal.
She definitely is running around the court, causing havoc for the Sonoma offense.
You got to channel that senior night energy right,
definitely.
don't you?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't. You have to channel it right so you can perform well and not. Yeah.
Skyman into Nellis, and then Martin with another steal, except she couldn't hold on, and no over and back because Martin last touched it. Alicia Shim, one of the 3 seniors on the Dragons. A good ball movement, jumper off the mark from Von Gauber. Sonoma's can't look inside because they just don't have that size advantage.
Yeah, definitely. The Trojans have Chris and Martin out there causing a lot of trouble for the Dragons in the paint.
It will be Dragon Ball. Trojans turn it over here. Very cold to start these first couple minutes. Want to thank Luca DeBono on camera as well. He'll be joining us for the second half.
Hard screen set by the Dragons right there.
We'll see what the Dragons can do with their outside shot. That is why Piner, we mentioned that game, only won by 1 point. Piner hit some threes there. No team has been able to score inside because even if that size is even, the Trojan defense is too tight. They really build a wall around that paint.
They really do. Their help defense is really great in the paint and around the perimeter.
It's a masterful zone defense that has given every team frustration. Good pass into Chris. That was much better. Passing into Chris, right time, right moment there.
Definitely, yeah. Good ball movement from Costa right there.
Yeah, Trojans give it up to Chris high when she had some leverage there on the block.
Yeah.
That really helps. Air ball there. Dragons able to save it.
Tight defense by Temple right there. Shut in number 14, Sydney Von Gauber down.
And now a
Dragons
timeout. Yeah, so
Dragons call a timeout.
Jan Thorpe, who's the longtime head coach at Sonoma Valley, really has done a great job already dealing with this tight Trojan defense that is so hard to deal with.
Definitely, yeah. Trojans are shutting him down. Sonoma coach had to call a timeout to talk to his girls to figure out what they were going to do to get past this Trojan defense.
And how do you get past this Trojan defense? Because no team has really been able to solve it all year, only giving up 39 points per game.
Yeah, exactly. Ball movement, I feel like, is the key for the Dragons right now. Passing around the outside, looking for cutters, running plays, all that type of stuff. That's how the Dragons should be able to get through this Petaluma defense.
Really feels like hitting threes is vital. That was the only way Annalee stayed in that game up in Sebastopol on Saturday. 47-43 victory for the Trojans that clinched them the SCL title outright for the first time in 5 years.
Wow. Yeah.
Certainly no drop of intensity tonight.
All right, we had another jump ball. This time it's heading for going to the Trojans side.
Good effort by Kelsey Martin, and the Trojans are going to be getting on the floor all night. Something they love to do: play angry, play intense, play dirty.
Hustle plays are where it's all at for these Trojans. These Lady Trojans.
That's been such a big improvement from last year. As a pass into Chris, that's a much tougher shot for her.
Yeah.
And the Dragons will move forward.
Very contested shot right there.
Yeah, no, the step back, not what they're looking for. They want her in the post, some easy lay-in. She's still shooting 46% on the season, best on the Trojans.
That's pretty good, yeah. That's great shooting percentage.
Dragons will head to the line here for 2 with Alyssa Schmim.
All right.
Trojans have improved so much from last year. I think it's remarkable how much they've improved over the course of this season. But last year, 9-18, they're only 5-7 in league. They finished in a tie for 4th. Did not even make the SCL tournament last year.
That's great improvement for these Trojans. We had 2 new Lady Trojans check in: Lily Catarazoli
and Shireen Arakat as well, who is a spark for the Trojans, and what a game she had against Annalee on Saturday night. 16 points to lead the Trojans. It was an SCL high for her, only one game that she scored more, and she has a unique aggressive style, and she's only a sophomore, but she doesn't play afraid.
Yeah, she's definitely not afraid to shoot.
Good drive inside there, and Neal's actually got about the best look you're going to get all night inside the paint. Dragons able to pull down a rebound and another ticky-tack foul call. They're calling it pretty tight on Erica.
Definitely. They want to keep the game clean tonight, it looks like.
Chris leads the Trojans in scoring at 9.1 points per game. Erica right behind her at 8.9, the 5'6" sophomore shooting guard. Both teams very slow offensively here on this big spirited night.
Yeah. Oh,
block from behind by Costa, and you're already seeing how well she plays defensively.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh.
3 seconds in the key call on Sonoma Valley. They are struggling to get their offense going right now, but the Trojans are going to have to pick it up themselves.
Yeah, both offenses are looking pretty slow right now. They just got to pass it around, look for open shots, don't take contested shots. I think that's the key to getting this offense going.
Would like to thank everyone tuning in. Madeline Lynch all the way from New Jersey, and Dan Thyman as well, asking a lot of questions.
Who?
Turnover there by the Trojans, trying to force it to Chris again. That jumper won't fall from Vital. Not related to Nick Vital. Still no score, 2:30 in. Catarazoli, another player that plays with a lot of physicality, something that the Trojans have really improved on this year.
Good pass from Catarazoli.
Yeah, that's what they want from Chris. Just couldn't finish there, but a good look.
Another ticky-tack foul called there on the Trojans.
Foul. Wow, looked like a jump ball. I saw a ball there, but that is what they called it. Yeah, and it has been very low scoring here so far. I think both teams probably feeling the nerves a little bit. This is
definitely
a really full gym,
Full gym, just getting into their heads.
Balloons, signs, it's all out in spirit, including all the students for a purple out. A lot of fun. And that will stay Trojan ball. Another block here.
Sonoma Valley ball.
Yeah, thank you. Dragon ball.
Dragon ball, yep.
But Trojans just getting their hands on everything.
Exactly. Their coach seems to have taught them to always keep their hands up on defense, and that's really helped them on defense throughout the year.
And intensity is so key. The Trojans have varied in that in times this year, but when they play in full intensity, I mean, they just seem unstoppable.
Yeah.
Good lay in there, though.
Yeah, great pass from Sophie Vital right there to the
into Ginter, who lays it in, and the Dragons retake the lead here, 4-2.
Looking for Krista in the post.
Yeah, that's who the offense
cannot find her right now.
Offense likes to go to. Pate leads the team in three-point shooting, and she's got one there. Maybe that will open it up. Shooting 27% from downtown, which is barely below her normal shooting percentage at 28%.
Yeah, travel there by Sonoma Valley. Trojan ball. We have another sub coming in. I don't know who that is.
And
Cassidy, or no, not. Yeah.
We have Cassidy Bacon has entered, who got
subbing in for Nicole Costa.
Got some big playing time in that Annalee victory. Again, that big Annalee victory on our YouTube channel. Really exciting game. Trojans were able to hold on, and a big second quarter offensively was key there. And they have their spurts where they really get going offensively, and they found ways to win games, even when it's not always pretty. Erica just finds ways to score.
Yeah, finds a way to the lane for a nice lay-in with some good defense.
Trojans retake the lead here, 6-4. They ruled Pate's three-pointer a 2, foot on the line. That was wide as 6. Great spin move there.
Blocked
but
by
Chris is just too good inside.
Yeah, that size difference is killer.
5'11". She's easily the tallest player on the court, and
definitely.
Really, the only way to get around her is to pull her out of the paint. Catarazzoli's jumper off the mark. Ericat, another offensive board. Trojans already with 5 offensive boards tonight, and we're still in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Ericat with another great move, and she'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah.
She just got a special skill here tonight, and
got a knack for getting to the rim.
It's definitely something that a lot of players in girls basketball don't have, and that aggressiveness to fight through contact and be confident going in.
Sinks the first shot.
That's something the Trojans lacked last year when they struggled. They really got down in them. They're really inexperienced. 2 seniors last year. Half the team was underclassmen. And when you lose that confidence, it's basketball as any sport, such a mental game.
Exactly, yeah. Mental game, definitely. Last free throw is off a little bit.
Yeah, and mental can be certainly. We both play tennis. I would say mental 60%.
I would think I would agree. If you get in your own head, it's going to be tough for you to outplay your opponent.
And basketball is very much the same thing with your aggressiveness, your confidence as well.
Yeah, your shooting. I think I would say your shooting too.
Yeah, you're shooting the biggest. 3-second differential beat shot clock. A game clock block by Cassidy Bacon. The Trojans are not even letting the Dragons get off shots. They need to go here down to 3. Pate well short, and that will do it for the end of 1.
7-4 at the end of first quarter. Trojans. All right.
And Trojans late here. Obviously, the defense so hard for the Dragons, but they don't want to let them hang around because teams will always hit shots, especially ones that are so talented like Sonoma.
Like Sonoma, I would agree. Yeah, you can't lay off. You always got to keep pushing hard for these Trojans. These Trojans got to keep pushing hard. Yeah.
And you saw Ericat, the spark, when she came in, and often it helps those seniors feel a lot of pressure almost always on senior night, and sometimes their performance can be worse.
It can. I would definitely agree. All the fans just they could just feel the pressure on them, and then when other players can help out, like, how do you say her name? Ericat, yeah. Ericat. When players like that can help relieve the pressure, it allows all the teammates to perform at their best ability.
Often you get that one spark, and the Trojans have multiple players that can come from. We talked about Catarazzoli as well.
Yeah.
Angelina Scacolosi might be the ultimate spark plug.
I would think I would have to agree. Yeah. Great defender.
Absolutely. So tenacious. She just gets mad and seems to ignite team. She has more steals than anybody else on the team. 3 steals per game and 2.5 rebounds per game. She might not always score, but she brings a special energy on the court.
Definitely.
We'll likely see her later.
Great defensive specialist.
Yes.
I would say.
And helps the Trojans bring up their intensity when they can get low and dull, and they almost lost that first Stanley game. They played a horrible second quarter, trail by 13, and then they just brought it to a new level in the second half.
Yeah, Scacolosi was definitely a spark on that run. Great defense from Chris there.
Yeah, no chance to get it up, and Ericat with the jump ball and ripping it down. She will be arrow points towards the Trojans, and she certainly has created such an impact when she comes in. JV starter last year, but she hasn't been afraid.
Chris looks to the post.
Back into Ericat.
Great drop step move.
She's leading.
From Ericat right there.
She's leading right off where she had 16 against Danley. As Costa with another block. Wow, Nicole Costa is she contributing defensively tonight.
Definitely, yeah. Already has a few blocks just throughout this first half. And after that block, the student section over there on that side of the court just lost it. They were screaming, chanting. They were very excited.
And it's really great to see the student section now. We really haven't had a full student section at any girls game, but the way this team has played is that's in and out offensive board, and the foul by
looks like it was
by Ginter, or I'm sorry, that was Nelis. But the student section coming out, haven't seen them a lot. They're in full throat tonight. Really great to see, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like our student section is going to help out our Trojans tonight, give them a lot of energy, make them play better.
Energy is absolutely huge, and we've seen it with a lot of teams. Boys basketball, especially last year, was so hard to come into this gym.
Exactly,
even if they were not maybe the most talented team and win here because of how hostile it was.
Yeah, definitely. Our student section was great last year. I would agree, yeah.
And the Trojans might not need it, but it certainly absolutely helps. And they did have some drops in intensity I think really cost them in those early season losses, Novato, Casa, Rancho.
Definitely. That Costa game, the student section for the Trojans, I would definitely say
it was
help push them for the win.
It was non-existent at the girls' game.
Really?
The Costa game.
I was not there
Friday
either.
night, no one there, and it was even through 3 in the fourth quarter. Costa started hitting some shots. The Trojans went cold at the wrong time, had that drop of intensity here as they're cleaning up a wet spot, and really hurt them.
If a student section was there, that could have helped them get some energy.
I think it could really help them pick them up.
Yeah.
9-7 here. Trojans trying to go back to Chris. She's double teamed. That is so hard.
Yeah. Tough shots. Tough shot right there, and you're double teamed in the post.
Yeah, and then almost always a team will try to double team Chris to neutralize her as much as possible because they know
how great she is in the post.
Yeah, know she's that focal point, and that's what Coach Ratcham wants the offense run through. He knows that's most effective.
It looks like most of the time when they're running down the court, they have their 2 post players, and one of them's posting up, and then one of them flashes elbow, and they're looking for those 2 players right there to get a nice, easy bucket in the paint.
Foul here on the Trojans, and the 15th foul now, so with 6:36 left to go here in the second. Dragons are approaching the bonus, which could be a big help considering their struggles offensively.
Yes, exactly. If they can start getting fouled, and they're a great free throw shooting team throughout this game so far, so that could definitely help them.
Jump stop, hoping to get the Trojans fooled, but it's just not working for Sham. Another block, Martin. Costa out on the break, if the Trojans will slow it down here. Bacon in as well, along with Christ and Catarazzoli. Martin trying to get going on her senior night. None of the seniors so far have scored yet for the Trojans.
Bad pass from Costa there.
Yeah,
into the
a little forced there, trying to get Chris too involved. And I think Costa again gets a piece of it. I think she has 5 blocks.
Yeah.
Averaging almost 2 blocks per game is Costa. And she's so tenacious defensively. She has a knack for the ball.
Definitely. Great defensive player. They get it to Chris in the post. She looks out. Catarazzoli.
And that was great ball movement there. Bacon's jumper will fall. That's what you want to see offensively from the Trojans.
Yeah, ball movement. Great ball movement. 3 to 4 passes, 3, 4, 5 passes before the shot even went off, and that's how they got the open shot.
And Chris really helps drawing in that defense as well.
Exactly. So get it, nice high post, Pat. Get it to the high post. Everyone collapses on them. Everyone's going to be open. Wide open shooters.
Well, there Sonoma got a better look because they had pulled Chris out, but it was Van Gauber unable to finish, and the Trojans fight down another hard-fought rebound, averaging 20 rebounds per game. They have been outstanding in that aspect of their game. Chris couldn't hold on, and they don't call a job. Martin from downtown, too strong. 11-7 here, 5:03 left to go here on senior night. Foul called.
Travel on the Dragons. Going back to the Trojans, we have Scagalozzi and Kylie Pate checking in now for Catarazzoli and Cassidy Bacon.
Yeah, Sonoma cannot afford to be sloppy. They've proven they can win games of late. 8-3 in league and in second place, but to beat the undefeated first place Trojans, just oozing with confidence of late and clicking so well, you're going to have to play very well, especially in this road gym.
Yeah, bad pass from Costa, tipped out of bounds right there.
We'll stay Trojan ball here. And feel free to comment on the live chat of Dan the Man and Madeline Lynch. And you can like this video. Check out all of our other girls basketball and boys basketball coverage, live streams, and elsewhere. And they call a foul.
Blocking foul right there on number 22. Vital. It'll be Trojans ball on the baseline. Let's
try to take the charge there, but Scacalosi so hard to keep your feet still. She's so physical.
Oh, there looks like they're bad pass from the inbounds.
Trying to force it into Chris, and you just
miss.
You have to be smart there when you're looking for Jaden Chris when you want to give it to her at the right time.
Exactly. You got to make a good pass. You got to time it out so she can get it where she needs it to be able to score.
Approaching the halfway point here.
Yep.
And if you subscribe to our channel as well, you get an email whenever we go live. We'll be live again tomorrow night as more good defense by Martin, and they pull down another rebound.
Loose ball just finds her there. Oh, bad.
Just sloppiness there by the Trojans.
Yeah, bad pass.
Looks like the adrenaline maybe a little bit.
Maybe, yeah. They just need to slow it down. All right, and looks like Sonoma Valley called a 30-second timeout.
So neither team able to pick up their offense too much. It's been
all
tight
defense
here and low scoring so far.
Definitely a defensive game. here on the senior night for the Petaluma Trojans.
Yeah, and obviously cheerleaders, fans, big moment for both teams, and they know they're first at second in SCL. Trojans have clinched SCL. That might be another factor. It is hard to bring that intensity if you had such a big moment on Saturday to win their first SCL title since 2013.
Exactly, yeah, they're definitely, I would agree with that, yeah. I think the Sonoma Valley Dragons might be trying to show that they can perform and they can play against these Trojans, even though they've clinched. The Dragons will be will cause the Trojans trouble in the playoffs.
Yeah, and this would be a big motivational one for the Dragons. Big statement victory if they could come into this Trojan arena and get the victory.
Exactly. Could boost their confidence for the whole rest of the season and going into playoffs.
Especially a young team like them. Trojans are a lot more experienced now. They return almost everybody from last year. Martin tried to get the bang. Pate pulls down an offensive board, though. She's bombs away. That's too strong. Oh, what a battle by Kelsey Martin, though. They're going to call a foul, but they are just going after every loose ball. They don't give up.
Everyone's diving on the ground for any loose ball they can get.
Trojans also playing for the best NCS seed as possible. Sonoma will be in the NCS playoffs, probably around a 14 seed. So a victory over an NCS team would help really well with the strength of schedule and in the committee's eyes.
Exactly. They need this win. The Trojans need the win to be able to get a higher seed in NCS.
Around the baseline, good ball movement, but Sonoma hasn't been able to hit too many of those outside shots, and it's just not happening inside because the Trojans are clogging that paint. Scacalosi stepped on the baseline, so it will say Dragon Ball.
Yeah, John Ratchin is not having it with that call right there. He's not agree.
Head coach John Ratchin, what a job he has done. He certainly had eight returning varsity players, but as you said, he really has turned this program around. Great play by Costa to tip it on the inbounds, pull it down. She will switch the arrow.
Yep. Jump ball right there.
That's just remarkable athleticism, though, isn't it?
Exactly. Two seals in a row right there off the inbound plays.
Nicole Costa is a special player. She almost stole that one as well.
Almost got a third one right there.
Her anticipation skills are virtuoso. Jumper good from Migley. Kennedy Migley, only a sophomore. Dragons just taking around here. Trail by just 2, 11-9 here. 3:18 left to go.
Jane Chris comes up. Great pass.
Scacalosi couldn't finish through contact. Somehow Chris got an offensive board around 3 Dragons.
Yeah.
That size will certainly help. That's outside of range.
Scacalosi,
and a foul called on Scacalosi.
Does not like that call right there. These refs are definitely calling it tight today.
Trojans need to be a little bit more careful
on defense
as well, with their fouls. I think 7 fouls, so the Dragons are now in the 1-1 bonus.
They have 3 minutes with the bonus. That could hurt the Trojans in the end of the game. They're letting too many free throws at these Sonoma Valley Dragons can take advantage of the free throws they're being awarded.
Vital at the line can hit, and Chris pulls down the offensive board. Don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be live at 7:30. Varsity boys basketball team. They have 8 seniors, so it's going to be a long senior night ceremony as Scacalosi's off the mark.
A little long there.
Yeah, should be fun against Ravellanel, even though the team is struggling.
Yeah, exactly. Should be a great game. Annalee lost a lot of seniors last year, so that's I feel like a big reason why Annalee has not been that much of a threat throughout the season.
Yeah, but it was tight up at Sebastopol, tight last year, so should be a good game.
Should be a great game.
And obviously a big night for the 8 seniors on the Trojans.
Yeah,
they leave a big legacy.
Definitely, I would definitely have to agree with that.
So don't miss that at 7:30, and then a week from today, the SCL tournament semifinal for this varsity girls basketball team. Not sure who they'll face yet. Probably Annalee or Healdsburg, though. If Sonoma loses this game, possibly they could still finish 4th. That's going to be a tough game because it's been helpful.
Definitely.
Those 3 teams have really beat up on each other and helped the Trojans clinch a little earlier, but they're all very talented.
They are. I would definitely agree. Records are similar. Have they all split games? Sonoma Valley?
Yeah, they've all split games.
They've all split games, yeah. So it all just comes down to this last few weeks of the season to see who gets what seed.
And Healdsburg plays Annalee on Thursday night in the final SCL regular season set of games.
That'll be a great game. Costa with a tough shot.
Good ball movement, but I don't know if that's the shot you want at the end of it. And
yeah, contested by 2 or 3 Dragons right there. That's not the shot you want, especially so early in the shot clock. You want to look for better shots.
How do the Trojans get this offense going? It just feels stagnant right now.
It really does. I think they just need to keep passing around, look for better shots. I think they're not taking the best shots they could, and they're shooting very early in the shot clock.
Yeah, one of the lowest scoring games we've seen all season. Sonoma, they turn it over. They're still not into double digits, but if the Trojans could just put together an offensive spurt, maybe get Eric Hack going, though she's out right now, or find a way to get Chris, Martin, or Pate, even Costa involved, you could score.
Yeah, just
all of them are on the floor.
Exactly, set some screens, some good ball movement, run some plays. I think that should be able to get.
Skakalosi trying to take initiative, but she's surrounded there by 3 Dragons, and that one never really had a chance.
Not at all. Hit the bottom of the rim there.
Dragons in the 1-and-1 bonus, so getting to the line could help, but
definitely
they're not allowed to get inside. Costa.
Yeah. Running around. Great loose ball player, just running around, can find any way to get to the ball.
She is special. Good pass into Kristen. She will head to the line for 2.
Yeah.
Almost the and 1.
Almost the and 1, yep.
And a lot of spirit here tonight. Balloons, signs, cheerleaders, a lot of extra extravaganza and pomp and circumstance for this evening.
Definitely, yes. And I think our channel, Trojan Live, did a great job promoting the game, getting fans to get here.
Yeah, really great to
getting
see.
Our student section nice and spirited over there. A lot of students showed up tonight. That's great to see.
If you're just joining us, the Trojans 10-0 in SCL. They're SCL champions, looking to complete an undefeated SCL season. Chris splits the pair. The team is 16-2 in its last 18, 11 straight. They have been very confident, but it doesn't mean they've gone through offensive slips throughout that period.
Definitely.
And they've really been poor offensively this entire first half.
They really have. Not a lot of shots falling for the Trojans.
Well, Sonoma's had the same, and their defense has come to play. So you saw there, Sonoma's going to have to be regressed to taking some outside shots. It's really their only chance. Shim's 3's off the mark.
Bad pass from
just
Costa.
forcing it into to Chris there. And
that seems to be the game plan for the Trojans right now, is just get it to Chris.
Yeah, but you want to draw on those defenders, but get in the right moment. Too many turnovers so
way
far here. And that has been another issue here, as we have a foul on the Trojans.
Offensive foul. Offensive foul, bad screen set. Bad screen set on Alyssa Shim.
Nice play there by the Trojans to stand and take the offensive foul. Paris Buchanan will enter, and she played late in that fourth and hit one of the she got caught. She had 8 points, hit 4 shots all in the fourth quarter, and was key to the Trojans holding on for that victory.
Yeah.
It was remarkable considering Buchanan hadn't contributed a lot all year, only 2.2 points per game.
Yeah, definitely. That's a big performance from a player who does not get a lot of minutes.
13-second differential shot clock and game clock. Chris off the mark.
Board from
Martin off it's a board, and she will force the foul and head to the line for 2 with the shot clock turned off.
21 seconds left in this second quarter.
Halftime coming up. Stick right here. We'll have some halftime entertainment. Who knows who will join us at halftime. It's always a good time.
Halftime's always great, yep.
Trojans really have improved their free throw shooting so far, as they promptly missed one.
Yep.
59%. Was much better than last year, only 50% from last year. And you just look at overall point total, 860 points in total last year, averaged only 31 points per game, up to 47 points per game. So even though, the offense has struggled as Chris pulls down an offensive board, can't finish, almost had a second one, and Sonoma has it. The offense has gotten so much better.
They really have.
And even though the Trojans will miss these 3 seniors, you still get almost everyone returning. You get 9 players returning.
Exactly,
that's going to really help the offense.
Definitely. I think the chemistry will already be there. They should already.
Oh, what a block from Costa.
To end the quarter right there. 12-9. 12-9. Lady Trojans have the lead at the half.
That was certainly the story of that first half. Nicole Costa was everywhere defensively, and it was just dominant defense from the Trojans.
Couple steals, a lot of blocks from Costa tonight.
Yeah, she has been spectacular. Kelsey Martin and Courtney Temple, the other 2 seniors, are being honored. We're going to get the cheerleaders to perform in just a moment here on this very exciting senior night.
Definitely.
The Trojans have to be delighted with their defense. Sonoma's a strong team. They put up they put up some good numbers on some good teams, especially lately. 38 points on Annalee, but tonight they are still in single digits against Jan Thorpe's Dragon squad. It's been remarkable here, but
it has.
The offense will need some fine-tuning in the locker room, won't they?
Definitely, yeah. They need to come up with a game plan to try and get through this Trojan defense.
Absolutely. Let's listen into the cheerleaders' performance here.
Can you tell who's watching?
So a great performance there from our cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Luca could start making his way down. He'll be joining us for the second half for color. And we are about 8:20 away from the start of the second half here. So only 12 points by the Trojans. That is a season low in the first half. Right now, they'd only projected to score 24 points, which I don't think is going to happen. But
hopefully
how do they get their offense going?
I think they just need to pass around. They have not been taking the best shots throughout the game. I think they need to look for better shots, maybe take a little more time off the shot clock and just wait and just be patient on offense.
And one issue, if you're wondering why Era Cat was not in for almost that entire second quarter after she came out with 6 early points, she got 2 fouls there early in that second quarter, which has been an issue for the Trojans at points this year. So that was the reason why she wasn't in.
Dang, yeah, that's tough. Trojans need to still play tough D, but need to be careful about those fouls because that can hurt them later out in the game.
Yes, and that hopefully Era Cat, she can play smart, and she has gotten into some foul trouble in big games, including Annalee. She got 4 in the third quarter. Kelsey Martin went off, so that's how they won that game.
Yeah, that was a great game.
They will have to deal with that, play smart, and feels like Era Cat's the best offense right now for them.
Definitely.
I think Martin and Costa felt at least offensively the effects of senior night a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, India. Hey, Elise. Guys want a quick interview?
Yeah, I want to.
Let's do it.
All right. Hi.
Are you on the softball team too, or no?
No, I don't
okay.
play softball.
Lax.
Oh, you're on the lacrosse team. Oh, great. We got 2 sports players here. Are you on varsity now?
Yeah.
So freshman year. Oh, you must be pretty talented then. Elise Osmond, varsity lacrosse player, and you guys have pretty high expectations for this year after a pretty strong season last year, right?
Yeah.
What are you guys looking to accomplish this year?
We want to win because we have like 13 seniors. Yeah.
It's a lot of seniors.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Elise.
Yeah.
And India Smith with the varsity softball team, maybe even higher expectations for you guys. It's been a couple off years considering how successful the varsity softball team has been. Now you guys are heavy favorites for the SCL championship. How do you deal with those expectations?
I mean, we just try to win, especially because this last year, and we just hopefully we win, I guess.
What are the team's strengths this year for the team?
Hitting, we'll be pretty good offensively, and defensively, what we find, we have one pitcher, so yeah.
So we're potentially working on that starting pitching lineup. Ava Schaefbo,
The rotation.
No.
Grace Girardelli.
Mandy O'Keefe, and here we have 2 other varsity players.
We got more
Hello.
varsity softball
Yeah.
players. Hi guys.
Hey.
Oh well, you
Talk
got.
about expectations.
Yeah, we're talking about your expectations for this guy's season.
We're gonna murder every team.
You guys have very high
If we don't
expectations.
if we don't mercy rule at least 8 of the 10 teams in the league, then we suck.
I think we're bound to beat Alhambra. They're like the number 2 in the state, but like we're gonna beat them.
Yeah, they're on the schedule.
And we're gonna mercy Rancho at the Friday Night Lights game. So.
Wow, that's a big call.
Everyone's hitting a home run.
Should be exciting.
You guys,
I'm hitting a cycle. I'm hitting a cycle like
what do you expect this year to be the big improvement from last year when Rancho mercied you at the Friday Night Lights?
You not just won this year. We're a whole squad.
Like look at us. We're like like the shite.
Whole different team.
I can't swear. I'm sorry.
Whole new team.
Yeah.
Whole new team.
Confidence.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Griffin.
Thanks, Griffin.
What-
Trojan Live. Love ya.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Elise. Thank you, Grace and
Maddie.
Maddie.
King.
Yes. All right.
All right, yeah.
Spring sports are coming up, and as you saw there with the varsity softball player, varsity girls lacrosse should be an exciting spring sports season. Practice started on Monday.
Yeah, the season just started. All the teams are practicing. Should be a great season for all spring sports, including tennis.
Yeah.
Our tennis team has just started. Looks like we are going to have a pretty solid team this year, I hope.
And we're going to see the varsity girls basketball team already an NCL champion. We have the varsity girls golf team. The wrestling team looking to close it out. They have their final regular season game match tomorrow against Healdsburg. Should win that. And then the SCL championships in a week and a half on the 14th. Should win that. Should be the SCL champions as well. But spring sports, there are a lot of teams that could win the SCL title
yeah,
this
our
year.
tennis team, we're hoping
Boys
to go
tennis.
back-to-back boys tennis,
Yep.
hoping to go back-to-back years. As you can tell, the varsity softball team seem very excited, very enthusiastic about their season this year, hoping to win the SCL.
And the varsity baseball team, we could see the softball teams and the baseball teams being dominant. Some of the top teams in the state, the way things have worked out. The varsity baseball team really good last year, 4-seeded at CS.
Yeah, they did great.
But this year, they still return almost everybody, including their entire starting rotation. Danny Marzo, Blake Burher, and Nick Draken, which were lights out most of the season last year.
Great pitchers
including a lot of their big bats. So that's going to be big. But say with the varsity softball team, big loss Alexis Silinate.
Yeah.
But you get Chandler Mevis back this year, Grace Girardelli, India Smith.
Exactly.
They do lose some starting pitchers. They lost Emily O'Keefe from last year as well. So that's something to work on. But the team went through growing pains a couple years because they were really one of the best teams in the county. They reset, I think, a little bit. The last couple years, and now it's sort of time to resume that dynasty.
Yeah, it looked like they were in rebuild mode for a little bit. Now they're done rebuilding. It looked like they're coming out to win a championship,
and
win some games.
Varsity boys golf team looks to defend their title as well. They return everybody from last year, though I don't believe Whitaker Ellis can be able to play with the broken collarbone. But
his sling is off now.
Sling is off already.
Sling is already
he
off.
might be able to play.
He might be able to. He might not be there for the first couple matches, but hopefully he'll be able to
Tough injury for the varsity boys basketball player. Also, both the lacrosse teams have a lot of seniors on the team as well. This entire senior class has a lot of sports. They are very talented.
Our senior class is super athletic.
Yes.
I would have to say.
And boys lacrosse team struggled last year a lot in league, but they should be better. I don't know if they're competing for a league title. I think the girls lacrosse team is competing for a league title.
Yeah,
this year.
last year I don't think they performed that well, did they? Do you know?
Boys lacrosse?
Girls lacrosse.
Girls lacrosse was all right, middle of the league here. But you got so many players back. Nicole Costa, one of their players.
Yeah.
They still beat Costa last year, won the Battle of the Paddle. So should be fun.
Exactly. Should be a great season for all the spring sports.
And we've got swimming, track, and badminton as well.
Yeah.
So we don't exclude any of the spring sports. And we are going to be live at some of the varsity baseball games, some of the varsity softball games. And we're also really looking back to seeing Ellison Field done, and it is almost done.
Yeah, Ellison Field almost completed. Hopefully should be done soon is what everyone at our school, everyone at Petaluma is hoping. So we can get our lacrosse players, and we can use our track for our track team.
Right.
So
and it's expected to be ready around mid-March. So that should be just in time for the regular season for the track team and both lacrosse teams. And for that first game, we would like to go live. That's going to be special.
That would be
Ellison
great.
Field looks so wonderful.
It does. It looks
so
great
that could
already.
Be great. Yeah.
Should I go get him?
If he wants to stay up there, it's fine. Switch now then. Yeah. Make sure when you're filming to zoom in and zoom out, like
a lot.
I mean, not like a lot, but like he had way too much space.
All right. Yeah.
So frame it right.
All right. So.
Quick.
Luca DeBono is
Luca DeBono making his way.
Me
Colin Moss, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
Really
for
enjoyed
it.
Good luck on camera. And Luca DeBono, another senior, is going to join me. You gotta give him your mic.
Yeah. All right. Here comes Luca DeBono.
Laura, that's Laura Sandoval tuned in as well. We're up to 6 viewers here as we get the start of the second half. And Luca joins me here. What are your thoughts here on this very low-scoring first half,
It's
Luca?
very low, 12-9. I think turnovers are a really big part so far.
like huge. If they can minimize their turnovers, I think like they can pull it by way more. I think they're doing really bad with pressure. Like when we pick up the ball and they have no dribble, if they're getting double teamed, they're throwing away. The Trojans, yeah. I'd say the same with Sonoma too, but
yeah. Trojans defense though, forcing so many turnovers, especially Nicole Costa. How about her defensive effort so far?
Oh, so great. And she keeps blocking everyone. Like she knows, and like I've noticed girls basketball doesn't throw a lot of fakes before they shoot, so it's pretty easy to jump and
Costa's
hit the ball
so
back.
intuitive, so she just reads it so well. She's so athletically gifted.
Yeah, and I mean it's her last game here in our home gym in league.
Last regular season.
Season.
So it
undefeated
definitely something
schedule.
special. Sonoma out of the gate quick. Alyssa Schmim with the drive, and they cut the lead to 12-11. And it's been unfortunate here because the Trojan defense had been so spectacular, but that offense just has been unable to get going.
That was a good roll, good layup. When that ball gets spinning, there's nothing much you can do about it. Costa
Temple,
from 3.
Costa in as
And
well.
that's good.
Her first shot of the day, made field goal of the day. It's a log 2, 14-11. And obviously it's hard offensively, especially where confidence is so huge to get over those nerves on a senior night.
Oh, yeah, obviously. And I think Jen Chris doing a great job getting those rebounds, which she should be because of how tall she is.
Does feel like, though, the Trojans have been almost trying to force it into her too much. She's clearly the focal point of the offense, but they've almost forced it to her when she's been double teamed.
I think she needs to work on jumping a little higher because people are trying to throw it to her high, but not high enough where the other team can get it.
Travel called there, and Sonoma ball. And as you said, too many turnovers here by the Trojans, averaging 10 per game, but I think they're already at 10 here in this one. So need to take care of the ball, better care of the ball, and more shots will come. Sonoma trying to get their offense going. How did they get into rhythm offensively?
I don't know. They have a lot of good passing, like drive and done with what like any coach will tell you to do.
Offensive rebounds were helping. They got a second chance there. Yeah, I mean, Trojans just have that size advantage, and they build a wall around the paint. There's been no room to move in the purple area.
Yeah, I agree. But like Jaden Chris passes it out.
Great ball movement. Pate a little too strong, though.
Far left.
Yeah, and it just felt like Trojans have been a little cold, a little off on their shot. Haven't been able to get that spark yet.
I agree, and Kylie Pate's usually a big 3-shooter for the Trojans, and she hit one early on in the first quarter. I think that was the second basket made in the game from the corner, so hopefully she can get that rhythm back.
Pate 6 points per game and third leading scorer of the Trojans. She's been big, the junior secondary captain. As that one is short, and again, the Trojans so much size in there offensively. Sonoma coming up, or defensively, Sonoma coming up short on some of their shots because you have to get around that height.
The passes like that don't need to happen.
Yeah, dangerous pass there.
Yeah.
Trojans lucky to get away with it, but not a great shot.
Usually you make that
Costa.
pass if Costa's open in the corner, but she was tightly covered. I don't know why.
Yeah,
she happened to get a shot off, so.
Trojans just haven't been as smart or confident as you would like here. And you were at me at the
travel. There we go.
Travel called on Sonoma. You were at that Novato. Colton, way too much. Way too much. Apologies there. You were at me. Nowhere near that much. You were at me at the Novato game. I think that was a good example of where their offense just couldn't get going, and they just went off for a quarter, a half. That really hurt them against a good Hornets team.
Yeah, no, definitely. Novato always can be good, bad, but, I mean, that was a really good game I liked watching. I think the Trojans have a lot to offer. I don't think I've actually seen a game where they put everything they have out there. I'm surprised. I'm actually excited to see when they get past league how hard they're going to start going.
I think the Annalee game on Saturday was probably the most complete game I've seen from them. Offense was a little slow in that first quarter, but after that, they really played with a high level of intensity that they needed to against the Tigers. They really brought it offensively, hit some threes, and they kept the Trojans going. The Trojans weren't able to pull away, but it was credit for the Tigers for hanging around, and the Trojans were able to hold that intensity and not blow leagues like they did in the non-conference when they had drops of intensity.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like plays like this right here where it's perfect where Sonoma's ball watching is like an inbound play. Nicole throws it into Jane Chris. Jane Chris fake throws it up and then it hits Nicole because like her man's trying to double Jade, and that's a nice open little jumper. They should execute that a little more.
Trojans yet to get in that rhythm offensively. They've gone 2 points here, trying to get into Eric Hatt, who leads them in scoring, and she has the line. That was a big storyline in that first half. She got into foul trouble in that second quarter, so Eric Hatt, who had 6 points in that first half, unable to lead them in scoring.
Shireen?
Yeah.
Shireen Ericat? Is that what I said?
Yes.
Shireen Ericat plays with a lot of intensity. I've seen every time she gets the ball, she rips it, gets it up, and she's always getting a shot up. So I think if the whole team played with her mentality, I think they could be really good. She plays with a lot of aggression, which is good. Sometimes can be bad, but so far she's been doing good. Like when her and someone are fighting for the ball, she's getting it.
Absolutely. She plays with an aggressiveness that is refreshing in a
Good
game where you
double
don't
team.
see it. Chris gets the jump ball forced. Arrow will point towards the Sonoma, but it will flip it. And it certainly feels like it's tough sledding for the Dragons. Trojans would like to play better offensively, but it feels like if they keep it up offensively, unless the Dragons can hit some threes, and they barely tried, Eddie, it's going to be impossible for them to win it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Dragons, though, have a good repertoire, especially of late. 8-3 on the in SCL in second place, 12-11 overall, including a victory against Annalee last week. They split with Healdsburg as well.
See a lot of good driving and dumping. The Dragons have a good job doing that, drawing towards the middle and getting people open for a three. If they start shooting those threes and making them, the Trojans could be in trouble. It's only a 4-point game.
Midgley forces the jump. We'll switch the arrow again, but now pointing towards the Trojans. Ericat, Pate, Costa, Chris, and Courtney Temple in as well. Still a little too much, Colton. Apologies for the camera work. Colton Nass trying his best up there. Tipped out. Will stay Trojan ball here. Sonoma's just reading the passes right now. A little too predictable, I think.
And I think the Trojans need to step towards the ball. That's why, with my experience in playing, you can't wait for the ball to get to you. You got to drive towards it, especially when you have someone on you like that.
And
you grab it and rip through.
Pate stepped on the baseline. Sonoma ball. Mentioned that victory over Annalee, 47-43. That clinched the SCL title. On Saturday, the Trojans 10-0, undefeated in SCL, 11 straight victories, and their first SCL championship since 2013 that they clinched outright on Saturday. A special moment when that was exciting, but you wonder if that impacts that drop of intensity, that they reached that huge goal as Costa has another ferocious block. And then Ericat fighting for a board.
Like I said, look at that.
Another jump ball. Yeah.
Oh, and she gets teed up. Like I said, too much aggression.
Yeah, I don't like that from the refs there. I think they would never give that a tee in a boys game, and that's unfortunate because they should be allowed to play the same way.
And we just recently played the Sonoma and boys basketball, and we also got an altercation with them.
Yes, there's been some aggression in those games.
And in the away game, there's a fight after the game as well. I don't know that's that, but I don't like how the parents get up and start clapping and yelling at Shireen. That's not really appropriate, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that call, but now the third foul on Ericat, which is another issue. Maybe some karma. Nellis misses both of her three throws.
Yeah.
And it will be Trojan ball now. Only two. No, that was actually the first team foul on the Trojans. So that's not an issue so far. 15-11. The Trojans lead by 4. It has been ultra low scoring here. Live for the PHS Gym. It is senior night for the Petaluma Varsity girls basketball team, trying to continue to go undefeated here at SCL.
Good block by Jaden Chris.
What great instincts from Chris. She was beaten, but she wasn't.
Yeah. Having that height advantage against Sonoma is really helping them out.
And you wonder with the struggles offensively all game, is it that drop of intensity from winning the SCL title, winning that goal? Could that be an explanation for the struggles?
It definitely could be. I'm not really sure. That's something we could ask players after the game and how they're getting ready for.
Because they're coming off such a high. That was their ultimate goal, and now that they've accomplished it, you have to continue to look forward. That could be hard to turn after a win like that.
Oh no, definitely. Oh.
And a foul called there on Sophia Vitale's drive. They've called it pretty tight, actually, in this game.
No. If she wouldn't have made that foul, Jane Christ hit the ball away when she was going up.
Yeah, frustration for Coach Ratchin on some of the calls tonight, especially on the Trojans, who Sonoma got to the bonus pretty early in that second quarter there. Sonoma, though, has not made their three throws and just feels like they can't make it from anywhere. Substitution here for the Dragons. Hensick out. And Lucetti, only a freshman in. Not a lot of experience for the Dragons. Only 3 seniors on this team, just 2 juniors as well. So that's definitely an impact.
Yeah. As you remember our seniors, I mean, losing 3 is not a lot, but I mean, these 3 seniors are the ones you're not going to be able to replace. But having strong secondary juniors like Kylie Payton,
yeah, next year could be Trojans could be something special, probably even better next year in a new league where they'll get a lot more competition. So it should be fun.
There we go again with the inbound play I was talking about, where Sonoma ball watches and gives Costa that open jumper.
Oh my goodness! Charge called. Nicole Costa stepping up and taking it. That was impressive.
Oh.
That's really
just smiling about it.
It's really the mark of a captain. She, especially this year, hasn't been that offensive player that she's been in the past. But a night tonight, like she's played defensively, she's been special.
And it's definitely, I mean, better late than never, especially getting towards getting out of league and with such a great record they're holding.
Trojans tried to improve for the NCS as well.
What is wrong
Off the mark there. Kristoff at the board doesn't go. Just feels like there's a lid on the rim right now. And then a foul from behind on Pate. This has gotten increasingly physical, I think, because of the lack of scoring. You don't necessarily see a game this physical, especially on the girls' end, but both of these teams are 2 strong teams, and I think often the stronger, more confident a team, the more physical and aggressive you play. I think that's a big trademark.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's still the 3rd quarter. They need to stick to basketball as they...
Vitale, it's the first free throw, and Trojans have been in the lead here almost this entire game, but they've got nothing going offensively. 4 points in this quarter. They had 11 points at the half. Sonoma had 9. The lead is down to 1. Jan Thorpe, a very strong coach, and she's found a way to just shut them down. They go back inside to Chris. Weinberg gets the pick, though. So even though you did throw up your hands there, at least she did not shoot that. She was smart about that.
Good throw. Bella Weinberg, a sophomore.
Yeah. Trojans just looking for someone to make shots for them because no one could get it going. Chris has gone silent. Sonoma's done a really good job on shutting down Jaden Chris. And looks like she's lost some of her confidence, and that's been an issue, and especially some of their losses when Chris struggled. Pick and roll there didn't generate much.
By Jaden Chris.
Travel called, 17-14 the score. Trojans holding on by a thread to
that was a really good read by Jaden Chris. Something that I learned in boys basketball when the other team's sending a pick. If you notice your teammate cannot fight through, you need to get on that person close and ready, which Jaden Chris did and gave them the ball back. Not a turnover.
There's another pick and roll. Buchanan played wonderfully against Annalee with 8 points. Big of the 4th, but that jumper's off the mark. And the way the Trojans have found ways to win this year, they've just gotten contributions from seemingly everybody and been able to manufacture wins. And you're just hoping that they can keep that poise that they've had all season. That's been remarkable. And it's something truly special. Certainly something a varsity boys basketball team has not had, that poise in late games. And the girls team's been just the opposite in meshing and having something click that's just right.
Well, that's probably why their records reflect it. I mean,
Absolutely.
The boys basketball team have a lot of potential, but their record is not reflecting how they could be playing.
Yeah. Trojans have surpassed expectations. Foul in the backcourt on Sonoma. 4 team fouls here on both, so we couldn't certainly see some 3 throws as we head into the 4th quarter. Appreciate everyone tuning in, all 7 viewers right now. Feel free to comment on our live chat, like this video, and check out all of our other varsity boys, varsity girls basketball games, along with all of our other sports live streams and coverage.
Hey.
Yeah, Laura Sandoval, one of our Trojan Live members, tuning in. And you can subscribe to the channel as well whenever we go live. Weinberg, a dangerous pass. That's not what you want. And they don't call a jump ball. They've waited a long time to call those, considering how many we've had.
Oh, my God. What was that?
What do you see there?
Oh, number 3 on Sonoma just threw Bella Weinberg away from the play. No one saw that.
And they did call. Did they call? I think they called an offensive foul on that.
No, they got that, but that was a hard fall, and the Sonoma person put their hands up like they did nothing.
Yeah, you wonder if you call a technical on that, considering they gave one to Eric Cat earlier. 10-second differential between shot clock and game clock. It's been intense, physical game that you would expect between the top two teams in STL. Just hasn't involved a lot of scoring, but it's been a defensive struggle, and it's been fun that way.
Good dribbling by Buchanan. She's a sophomore, right? Oh.
Yeah, Buchanan only a sophomore. Was on the freshman team, on the varsity team last year as a freshman, so that really helped with experience. It's shown in that Annalee game when she had a season high of 6. Also had 6 in a nice victory over Northgate. So she's been able to put it together.
Yeah, excited to see how she does leading up to her senior year.
Yeah, should really improve. Down to 1. Pate at the buzzer. Too strong. That was too far. Colton, you don't need to zoom in on the ball. Apologies for the camera work. Well, Luca here, 17-14. Neither team can get their offense going here. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. A lot more pressure on this game because of the whole atmosphere and senior night. So it might be a different situation than we've seen in the past for the Trojans. How do they close this out?
I think the seniors really need to step up on their senior night. Being a senior, I know if this was me in the game, I'd really think like, wow, this is my last 8 minutes of playing in this team. I don't want to hold anything back. But besides that, since there only is 3 seniors, the juniors need to step up. Everybody needs to play their hearts out, and I think they really need to limit the turnovers.
Trojans haven't found any one person to go to offensively. Eric got going a little bit in the first half. Couple buckets for Chris. Who do you want to see that can help this Trojan offense get going and get some confidence?
Nicole Costa is getting a lot of shots up, just not really making them. Same with Kylie Page. She's a big 3 shooter, and she has not been making them like she usually does. I think if they can turn it on in the last quarter, then it'll be good. That's one thing that boys basketball are lacking is they get up a lot of shots, just not draining them. That's something you can't really teach. Like they can practice
get it in a rhythm.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's been an issue that the Trojans have just they can't hit shots, and this is the first time I've seen it. It's been the whole game.
Yeah, definitely as the fourth quarter is about to start.
And that is a little concerning, but you wonder about that intensity level after winning the SCL championship. The nerves, the fullest gym we've seen for any varsity girls basketball game. It has been great, the energy in this gym.
Yeah, especially with their all the seniors' friends in the stands yelling for them after big plays like Nicole Costa's hitting the ball away. Just a lot of
great
parents in the student section standing, clapping, and just honoring the seniors the way it should be done.
So we have 8 more minutes pending any overtime here. When the Trojans close it out, go to 11-0 in league play, get their 12th straight win, and also will be huge for NCS seeding. NCS playoffs, first game should be 2 weeks from today. We'll be live if they have a home game, and we'll be live next week at their SCL tournament semifinal game here. That one is short from Midgley. Trojans have done a good job rebounds, but I think a little bit less offensive rebounds here in the second half, actually.
Yeah, I'd agree. That's something they could pick up on.
You can see Costa taking the initiative, tried to get going. Boy, Sonoma did a good job on Chris. Eric Cat, a little out of control there. Nillis tried to run it. Good ball movement, but Chris is just too good inside. Sonoma just can't get around her. They can't solve her defensively.
Oh, yeah, I know. Chris doing a great job down low protecting the paint.
Trojans build a wall around the paint, as we say so many times, and it is just impossible to get around it. Oh, beautiful back door to Bacon. She just didn't take the shot. I don't know why. And then a foul on Chris. 5th team foul on the Trojans, and only the second on Crest. But that backdoor pass there, that just showed the lack of confidence that
a lot of frustration with the coach.
With Coach Ratchin?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. And Bacon just didn't take that shot. She was open. The pass was perfect.
Yeah. That's something I do need to do is take those shots.
And that was one thing the Trojans really got well against Annalee. Tic-tac-toe passing in that game. They had some great backdoor passes, especially from Costa, that you could tell were practiced on. Eric Cat had some cuts, and the Annalee had its head on a swivel. Costa had a good look there, but yeah, she just hasn't been able to get one to go down tonight. Just 2 points.
Like I said, we just got 2 shot opportunities, which they might not get a lot the rest of the game, so they definitely need to start making those. Whatever they need to do.
Oh, great there.
High off the glass over Chris. It's hard to do.
Yeah, that was something that Sonoma has really struggled with, but right there, yeah, able to get it to go. 17-16 here, back down to 1. Eric Hatlong, too strong. Chris pulls it down. Oh, my goodness, she couldn't finish.
Costa open. Oh.
Gosh, it just feels like nothing could go in. Chris had point blank. She almost always makes that, but
Chris should always, being as tall as she is, she makes those with 3 people on her. She had no one on her. That should be an easy bucket.
Travel there, Trojan ball, but they just cannot finish right now. And I'd say their confidence right now and tentativeness has reached a new low on the offensive end. It has been a struggle, and even worse in the second half somehow than the first half. Timeout, Coach Ratchin. He must have some plays drawn up that they worked on practice. I know they were celebrating the SCL title, but I just haven't seen those cuts, those plays worked out. I saw on Saturday and even games before, they had a really nice victory over Healdsburg, 43-29. Had a good offensive performance against Pioneer, 43-42. And they were still able to put 40 points up on Sonoma Valley when they played them before earlier.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to do. I think, like, that play with Cassidy Bacon, she needs to put that shot up. That's just, especially with a close game like this, like, no one's going to be mad if you miss. Everyone's missing. And that's just, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Definitely heard that before.
Right.
So trying to kick it out, especially when Jane Chris was covered, just leads to another turnover.
And Bacon's not a shooter, but I think at this point, as we've said, you just need someone to step up. Costa isn't hitting. You're not. Martin, unfortunately, has been non-existent, which has been unfortunate that she really hasn't built on that offensive performance with that 24-point game against the end. You really haven't seen that level from her since.
Yeah,
but,
I know. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah, well.
Maybe she's turning on when she goes in. She hasn't been in yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of her in the second half.
So we'll see how she does.
Well, we'll see what the Trojans can do here with 5:43. Coach Ratchin must have something worked up on his playbook to get a back cut or something. And credit to the Dragons. They really have played very strong defense tonight. They've been tight, they've been physical, and they've done a fabulous job on Jaden Chris. Really avoided her. There she gets one-on-one, but she's still in a really tough spot there. That's not where you want to pass the ball, is it?
Do you think our coach just says pass it to Jaden in the middle, or do you think that's something
it
I've
feels
noticed
like it at points?
Well, I agree with that, but I also think Costa is one of the main ones doing it. I think when she's up top as the ball, she's the one that's just always throwing it to her.
Good alert defense by Eric Kat to poke it out, but especially in that first half, you had a lot of turnovers by Costa just trying to get into Chris. That was a bigger issue, I think, earlier in the season. She's cut down on that, but still not always smart, and, you know, the big moment gets to you. Trojans with a lot of turnovers here tonight. They actually have more turnovers this year than they did last year. Last year averaged 9.7, this year 10.1. So that's been a legitimate concern here, and the Dragons are very close to taking this lead, which would be a extremely unfortunate result here. Scacalosi on the ground, somehow couldn't hold on. Shot clock turning off. They get the shot off. It doesn't fall here.
I don't think, it's been a turnover.
Approaching the halfway point of this fourth quarter. Should be a thrilling conclusion.
Oh, no,
much better
there
pass into Chris, wasn't it? Up high on the lower block.
One thing Chris does.
Oh, my God.
What's one thing Chris is doing really good is, or about that pass.
Yeah.
Or no, one thing that Chris does good is that she doesn't put the ball down. She keeps it up and puts it up, which is something you really want to do, which a lot of other people have a problem with, is catch the ball and taking a dribble before putting it up.
Great open under by Midgley in the key there. They got Chris, forced her out of the paint, so the smaller Costa was the center there.
Yeah, I mean, there's Costa right back to the middle.
Scacalosi with the drive, and she's able to force the foul. And that's been one thing that Trojans' aggressiveness, and they've called it pretty tight today. If you're just going to drive inside, try to take some contact, you might get that call.
And that's definitely something we need to start making, maybe these free throws, and there's even getting up another 2 points. We give a lot of leverage except for one.
Don't forget to stay tuned after the game. We're going to talk to the three seniors after their special night. And Costa has been fantastic defensively, but the Trojans haven't been able to get it offensively. Scacalosi misses her first free throw here, and she's at points been such a huge spark defensively, and that's led to offense. But
I think she plays with a lot of heart that a lot of people on the team don't, and aggression. Like when she got this foul, she just came out with her, just looked mad, but in a good way because she got that foul.
Trojans cannot hit squat right now. 4 minutes left to go here in the fourth. Another turnover forced. Great job by Chris. She knows when to come out and force those steals. She's so smart a player. On the varsity volleyball team, varsity softball team as well, but that's just force there, not smart. And too much trying to get into Chris when you're not confident. You don't feel like you can get it anywhere else.
Off the glass, maybe? No. Good rebound by Chris. Oh, stolen.
Foul on the Dragons. Jaden Chris leading rebounder on the team, and she's improved so much in that department.
Yeah.
And that's something that you work on conditioning, especially late in this game, averaging 7 rebounds per game this year, up from only 2.5 per game last year. And conditioning
awesome.
certainly going to be big here. A lot of running because of the lack of offense. A lot of physicality, jump balls here. Now you got 3:35 left. All those workouts are going to pay off.
Yeah, I know.
Eric spinning. She can't get it to go. I'm not sure either team's going to ever reach 20 here.
There we go.
And then the Dragons throw it away. Yeah, you wonder a press might help the Trojans maybe get some steals, just some ways to get easy buckets, because even though they haven't gone turnovers, they haven't been able to get out and go on the run.
And I'd say Sonoma isn't the strongest dribbling team, so if you give them some pressure, they're gonna let go of it. That's an easy opportunity for us to get the ball.
Absolutely. Threes have been lacking tonight at 2. No threes from either team. Really forced into Chris. Bacon was wide open, but Sonoma's zone defense was perfect to get to her. The other way, Chris comes in and forces a jump ball. Arrow points towards the Trojans. It's just a great job from Chris.
Sonoma parents very upset over the call. Obviously a jump ball, as both had possession of the ball.
This is intense. Erica wide open. She got it. That could be the winner. Sharita Erica from downtown. She's got it in the net stuck. That was huge. What a shot.
And getting the net stuck like that, just the icing on the cake, just such a swish.
Yeah, actually, I guess their foot on the line. They will not give any threes, but the lead is 3 now, and no one had scored no field goals in the last 3 minutes by the Trojans. That really helps there, a big shot.
That just shows.
And good ball movement to set that up. Sonoma's had an answer every time the Trojans have got it back up to 3. They've cut it back to 1.
There we go. Great block by Kylie Pate.
And that's...
Oh, a foul.
Wow.
Oh.
And the Sonoma player, Midgley, was standing on the line. I guess they called the foul before. That was pretty close there.
Wait.
Oh, no, foul on the Dragons, actually. That's the ruling. Foul on the Dragons, and the Trojans now in the 1-on-1 bonus, so they're going to get some free trips to the line, which is huge.
Jane Chris is a great show. I'm really pulling for her to make these things, and I think she definitely can.
Coach Ratchin calls timeout. Every close game that the Trojans have played this season, within 5 minutes, within 4 minutes, within 5 points, they have won all of those games.
That is, I mean, I know. I'd say Petaluma is a huge target. I mean, being undefeated, you really want to beat that. That's something that every sport you want to do. Is if that team is undefeated, you go out there wanting to beat them as good, no matter how good they are, especially with Sonoma being 8-2.
Yeah,
I mean,
second place in SCL.
Great game for senior night. I mean, I'd want my senior night to be a hard winning game, pushing hard, playing hard, getting stuff. So I'm hoping the seniors are playing as they want to, and it'll be great to see if they pull off a win.
The Trojans can close it out.
With all the student section on their feet, cheering them on as
been great
hoping
to see.
making his 2 threes.
So much spirit. Pump Circumstance of Banner has been a lot of fun. Varsity boys basketball live stream should be fun as well tomorrow night, 7:30 against Annalee, their senior night as well. 2-3 or 1-on-1 actually for Kristen.
She overthought it. When she went down, you could tell she held the ball for way too long. She was thinking about if you think about how much you need to make it, you're not going to make it. You just let the pressure get to her.
Such a mental game. Me and Colton talked about in that first half. Can be so mental. What a steal by Pate there. You just wonder if you wanted the Trojans to run out and get a break there, because that might have been an opportunity from the steal from the point guard.
That's just a great. Oh, there we go.
Costa with the drive. Good defense. The Dragons have just been perfect zone defense, getting to their spots.
As Jane Chris, that looks like another jump ball. Since in the bonus, Sonoma's gonna get a couple shots up. See, these are cute. Oh, no.
Yeah, 16 fouls, so Sonoma will be on the bonus. You're right, though. Foul called on Chris, her third. And the Dragons will be in the 1-on-1 bonus next time. Credit to Sonoma. They've shown why they're playing so well, why they beat Annalee. And Annalee only put up 33 points against them. And they certainly have a good defense. Jan Thorpe's been there forever. They won SCL last year. This is a team that knows and a program that expects to win.
as the time runs down, both teams are getting a little nervous doing just passes like that, both teams.
Yeah, Costa's got to be smarter with that. So going back to some of her bad habits earlier in the season, where she just made passes that are smart. How about the rejection from Nicole Costa? You can hear hands beat ball. Oh, my goodness, Nicole Costa.
Oh, my God. Great defense. She saw that coming.
The anticipation, she was ready, and the rejection was fierce. Wow.
One thing that she did very smartly that didn't get her to the foul is she was backing up with her as the Sonoma person. Oh, great left hand by
Erica, the spin of the land. Student section going nuts. The lead is out to 5. The biggest lead in the fourth quarter. Feels like a couple more stops, a couple more maybe Nicole Costa emphatic blocks, and the Trojans could find a way to close this out. Erica, the steal. Pay takes it. Calvin Regan here on this senior night. We'll see if the Trojans decide to slow it down. Her feet, the confidence. Kristen, and finally here, timeout, Jan Ford.
That is so perfect. The momentum is definitely up. Being a 1-point game to now a 7-point game. That is definitely, with a minute left, I think the Trojans finally clutched it.
Yeah, there's the student section. They were getting going, and they needed a spark, something to pick them off offensively and get the confidence. It took 31 minutes, almost 30 minutes to finally get it, and they got it with the Nicole Costa block.
I thought Erica would look like she was pulling up to shoot, and she threaded the needle right to Chris for that nice layup. That was perfect, right through Sonoma's hands, right to her easy layup. I just see Sonoma's coach a little irritated.
Yeah.
I think they get a couple shots up. I mean, a close game, but I mean.
Yeah, not over just yet.
Not
Especially
over
the way the
just
Trojans
yet.
have been shooting 3 threats tonight.
I mean, it was a 19-18 game, and Sonoma has not scored yet, and we now have 25. So,
but it feels like that block. It was 21-18. The block by Costa woke up this gym, which was feeling tentative and scared, and you could just feel it and the energy. And we talked about it, one defensive moment that could pick them up, and there were some really good plays. But that seemed like the moment. Back-to-back field goals, I think for the first time all night by the Trojans right after that block.
I totally agree that block definitely was a starter. Because that happened and the whole gym erupted clapping, some feedback I've gotten back from the boys basketball team is that they say they play better with yelling and stuff like that. So
noise. Absolutely helpful to get everyone cheering your name. Chris with another block. The Sonoma Valley Dragons have not been allowed entrance into the paint. Chris has not allowed them to pass it. Oh, my goodness. That was the last thing you wanted there. Oh, man.
Uncovered, just out of her hands right now.
Yeah, only a 5-second differential between shot clock and game clock. All the Trojans need to do is hold on to the ball and get to the line there. Sonoma will get another chance. You feel like the Dragons just have to hoist up some threes.
We need to not foul.
Yeah. They haven't been allowed entrance in the paint. Sonoma is in the 1-and-1 in case there's a foul. They're going to have to shoot now. This is down to 20. Good defense by Chris off the side of the backboard. Bacon pulls it down, gets it ahead to Eric Hatt, and the Trojans can run some clock. Sonoma looks like they're waving the white flag.
You pass that, waste more time.
9.9 seconds left here.
There we go.
And the Trojans might just have enough here to pull this out. It was one late spurt here, and they are going to get a senior night victory.
That is so amazing. I mean, that's all you want as a senior in your senior night is to win. That's they definitely did. It was very good chemistry without the team.
Free throw off the mark, but the Trojans pull down an offensive board. That has been the story of the night. Just a little more hustle, a little more effort. Costa can't hit. Chris pulls it down, and that will do it. That will not count. Petaluma Trojans 25, the Sonoma Valley Dragons 18, and your Petaluma Trojans go to 11-0 in SCL play. Undefeated finish here at home in SCL. They're one game away from an undefeated league champion, and they beat the second-place Sonoma Valley Dragons with a remarkable defensive effort tonight.
That was just an amazing game.
Yeah.
Very fun to watch.
25-18. Obviously, it wasn't pretty, but the Trojans, every time, they find ways to win over and over and over again. It's been remarkable how they've done it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Great spark that you were talking about at the beginning of the second half that they needed, which definitely sparked after that block like you were talking about.
Absolutely. We're going to talk to the seniors in a moment, so if you could stick right here, Luca, and continue to talk about the game. We are going to try to grab Nicole Costa, who had, I think, the play of the night tonight.
Okay. Perfect game by the Trojans here as we go down, as all the parents and students are going up to the seniors after the game. After an amazing game, it is perfect out here. Oh, cutting of the net. That's what we're doing as the seniors get ready. They got the ladder out.
Oh, what is he doing? Stop. Okay. Keep on talking now.
Okay. As we get ready, the seniors, I didn't know, are able to cut down the net of their senior night. Here we go.
Colin, you're good, but I do need you down here. What? Oh, they're going to cut the net?
Cutting of the net.
So they're going to cut the net.
Yeah.
Because I guess they are SCL champions, so they do get to do that. So we are going to film that.
That's awesome. That's a great tradition to have.
We're going to see if we can talk to Nicole Costa before the historic cutting of the net.
I'm not talking. All the seniors get a lot of recognition. Oh, Joe. As we got Nicole Costa here. No, but I love you. Yeah, no. I don't have any questions. What do you need me to do?
Yeah, and can you turn off your mic? All right, yeah, that's fine. All right, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. You have that? Yeah, get these on right here. I look really quiet. You're gonna be louder? Is it okay? It's good? A little louder? Okay. That's good there? Okay. Sorry. Okay, we'll just go all the way max. Okay. Yeah, we're doing it now. My mic's falling apart. Okay. You can sit there. Can you press record, or can you press that on there? Press us on there. And then press record on there. Is it recording? Okay, we are here with Nicole Costa, and it was your senior night tonight. Obviously, really special. What did it mean?
Definitely meant a lot, especially keeping the undefeated title. It was really special.
And seemed like you had maybe the play of the game with the block that just ignited this crowd, and the team scored a little bit more after that. That helped them put away the game. How important was that block, and what did that moment feel like to you?
I think it just gave us momentum. Big plays like that definitely pump up the team and just make us play better.
And you've obviously left a big legacy here. You win the SCL title. First, you talked about it being a goal at the beginning of the season. What did that feel like on Saturday to win that finally?
Freshman year, I never would have thought that we would have been able to do this, so it definitely means a lot to be able to have the last SCL title.
And how do you feel like as Kelsey Martin starting to cut down the net? We'll get you over in just a moment. But how have you felt like you and Kelsey and Courtney have helped build this varsity girls basketball program back to prominence now with the SCL title still undefeated in league?
We've been here since, Janelle was the coach, and we've been through a lot with this program, so it definitely builds momentum for us for them to keep going, hopefully.
Thank you, Nicole.
Sure.
All right, we're gonna get some of the film of the cutting of the net in just a moment. Courtney Temple, let's throw it on that. Courtney Temple cutting down the net already. We had Kelsey Martin doing it, and then Nicole, who graciously took our time, will be coming up next for that interview. A lot of fun here tonight, and because they're SCL champions, that means they get to cut down the net for the first time in 5 years, a tradition that dates back to March Madness, and is certainly very special. Temple, one of the seniors, Kelsey Martin, already with the cut down of the net. So that was exciting to see. A lot of the students have come out. All the players will get an opportunity, along with head coach John Retch and here goes Costa, to take another snippet, and it will go on with all the players. It's certainly remarkable what they've accomplished here, and this game tonight just showed really how the Trojans just find ways to win. Costa really with that key block that really ignited the team. They just a remarkable defensive effort really from her all night long, and the block that woke up this crowd, it helped them put it away when they really struggled offensively all night long here tonight. You're going to see Cassidy Bacon get another cut at the net here, as we will get a chance to talk with a couple more of the seniors in just a moment. A lot of excitement here. Oh, we're going to get the Kelsey Martin fan base. All right. You guys got to fit in here. We'll zoom out a little bit. I don't know if we can get everyone in here. Here is the Kelsey Martin fan base. Why did you guys decide to come out and support Kelsey Martin tonight?
Because we love her. She's our daughter. We'll never stop loving her. She's an amazing person. I've known her for 6 years.
And
Child I love.
Kelsey has meant so much to this team. She had the remarkable 24-point game against Annalee. That might have been the key game. How proud has that made you guys that she's excelled on this basketball court this year?
My heart has grown to sizes. I just don't know. It makes you think you're doing something right, you know? It's like Sophie's choice, but not.
If you talk all at once, no one can understand you. Anyways, also had so much great spirit here at the game tonight. It was a tight game. You guys were electric, especially on that Nicole Costa block. How much do you guys think you helped the team out tonight, especially that hasn't seen a lot of students at their games?
Man, Kelsey really brought us up. Yes. Man, Nicole Costa, you have like 6 new fans, by the way. Just want you to know. Wow.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Those are some of our wonderful student supporters that were out here next. Stay right here. The net cutting is continuing as they are continuing to celebrate here. I don't know what he's filming, but net cutting coming up in just a moment. You want to talk, Annika? There you go. I'm going to grab Kelsey Martin and Courtney Temple.
Okay, so while Griffin is grabbing my amazing friend Kelsey, who did a great job tonight, she was out there, she was blocking, she was snatching those balls from Sonoma Valley. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I felt during the game. Well, during the 3-point lead time, I felt quite comfortable, but then when we got to that 16-17 lead, I was feeling shaky. I mean, friends and I, we were really holding on at that point. And I think the team spirit really did help in that point, because a lot of the fans out here, they're just rooting for their people, and it was just such a fun time. There's so much energy in the gym tonight. Can't stop, won't stop. Am I right, Griffin? Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. That is good. You want to make sure to try to frame this right, maybe. All right, Courtney Temple and Kelsey Martin are both making their way over, I think, maybe, in just a moment. So that should be a lot of fun as they will join us here at the desk. The net continuing to be cut down. Shereen Eric Cat, so influential to this team. Cutting it down. Here they come. All right. Yes. Suppress record once they sit down. Oh, do we have an extra chair? Can you grab that chair really quickly? Yeah, because we got 2 interviewees. No. The chair over there. Is it over there? See the chair over there? Quick, run, Annika. All right, we're gonna get another chair. We're gonna get another chair, so you both have chairs. Well, here she comes. All right, that works. I'll scoot over. All right, let's get them all in. All right, Courtney Temple, Kelsey Martin, 2 of the 3 seniors honored here tonight. We recording? All right, cool. And it was senior night for you guys today. An exciting game. What did this all mean?
It meant a lot, you know, potentially our last game in this gym, so kind of emotional, but we definitely played our hearts out and gave it our all. So.
It's definitely a game I'm like happy to leave on. It's a good end note if it is our last game here. So.
How about your guys' defense tonight? 19 points given up, a season high, I guess you could say, in defensive points allowed to the other team. How are you guys able to be so effective in shutting down the Dragons?
We just really communicate good on defense, I think, and we're able to just like switch when we need to. So that's, yeah.
And you guys have found ways to win. You have won all of your close games this season. 11-0 SCL champs proves it. How have you guys been so clutch in these big moments like you were tonight in a tight game?
Well, you know, I feel like we have a lot of support for our team, and we know like it'll be okay no matter what we do because our team is there to support us. So I think that really gives us like confidence and courage in those tough moments.
Guys are SCL champions, potentially undefeated if you win on Thursday in league. How does that feel? How important is that, especially to you guys as seniors?
It feels really good. Like our last year, like we won, so it was especially important, and we didn't think we were going to do it going in, but now that it's happened, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's definitely a good end note for me, like my last year of basketball. So.
And you guys get to cut down the net, a long tradition, and Coach Ratchin we see doing it as well. In his second year, this team has improved so much. You guys have been in this program for 4 years. How influential has he been in helping you guys have this great moment of cutting down the nets?
Well, I don't know. Just like we've kind of like rallied under him, I guess. Like we've worked together as a team, and we kind of gotten used to him in this last year, so that's definitely helped us.
And finally, you guys have the postseason coming up. The SCL tournament semifinal will be here next Tuesday. Potentially a championship in the SCL tournament and then NCS playoffs. What are you guys looking to accomplish there and go out as seniors?
Just working really hard. Like it's our last games, so I just want to give it my all and win.
Yeah, I definitely want to end on a strong note. Just be happy and be able to look back on that and be happy with my years of basketball. So.
Thank you guys so much. I was Courtney Temple and Kelsey Martin. A special night for them along with Nicole Costa, the seniors here tonight. And a special night for the whole team. They all have net strings because they all got to cut down a piece of the net. Thank you, Annika. All got to cut down a piece of the net because they won their first SCL title since 2013. Yeah, Coach Rashin has done a wonderful job, but definitely credit to the players. They have found ways to win in the poise. They didn't have the offense all night tonight, but they found a way to work. We will remember Nicole Costa's block for a long time tonight. It electrified those gym, and the only time all night the Trojans got back-to-back field goals. They finished on a 6-0 run to win it after Sonoma was right there, and there was a lot of nerves in this gym. It felt like they might not be able to pull it out. The defense was dominant for the Trojans. Jada Chris, unbelievable tonight. They were just not allowing the Sonoma in the paint, and Sonoma was really regressed to throw up shots and hope they get in. They had 19 points. They really could not do anything offensively. And yes, the Trojans struggled. Obviously, winning the SCL title, you lose a little bit of that intensity. But they were able to bring it up tonight when it mattered in the clutch and find the intensity. And they able to get these seniors out on a big win, and so big for Courtney Temple, Nicole Costa, and Kelsey Martin that have meant so much to this Varsity girls basketball program. They will be at Pioneer on Thursday night. If they win that, they will finish 12-0 and undefeated, Annika. Undefeated in SCL play. That would be remarkable. Don't even know the last time it's happened. But after Coach Doug Johnson retired, they knew there were going to be some rough years. Last year was rough. A remarkable turnaround. Credit to the players. They have meshed chemistry. Everything has clicked and worked right. And even when everyone has an off night, they worked it out. Tonight, final score here tonight. Trojans 24, Sonoma 19. Don't forget to tune into likely our final Varsity Girls basketball live stream of the season. Potentially, if they have an NCS home game, we're doing that too. But their SCL tournament semifinal could still be against Annalee, Healdsburg, or Sonoma. Either way, it's going to be a good game. Don't miss it. 7 o'clock next Tuesday. And tomorrow night, 8 seniors on the Varsity boys basketball team. They will take on rival Annalise. Should be a spirited one. Don't miss that. At 7:30, thank you to Annika Schmidt for helping tonight. Great job by Colton Moss. And, of course, to Luca DeBotto, my color commentator, as well. Thank you to the players for the great interviews as well. What a fun senior night here tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, everyone.